James, I don't know where he is. I told him.
Oh, sorry, love. Sorry, mate. You know how it is.
No.
Tons of throngs of people begging to be at your doorstep. It's fake. See, you shouldn't have that.
What are you talking about?
voiceover.
Why are you dressed like that?
Well, you know, there's throngs of people as a voiceover actor. They're always banging at your door. They're like, oh, we want your autograph.
Babe, no one sees us as a voice actor. We never get recognized.
Right. Warby Parker's.
And why are you talking like that?
It was part of my cover. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Can we start now?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay. So, Mike, you actually got started in voiceover before me.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm way older than she is. I was in radio for 21 years, and I would say for the latter 10 years of the 21, I started getting into voiceover just because I realized, oh, wow, there's this whole other world out there that isn't radio land, and I could be a part of. And I was already an actor at the same time, so acting is a big part of voiceover. So when I realized I could do that in conjunction with being on the radio and get agents and voiceover work, I was like, yeah, this is great, with the hopes of one day just going full time into voiceover and acting. And as life happens, radio let me go, and I just took that as a sign that, yep, going full time.
Yeah. And then we were both at the same radio station.
Mm-hmm.
And so he came.
When I didn't look at my mirror and look through the window, I could see Heidi.
So he came in one time and he said, do you do voiceover? Because I could listen to your voice all day.
It was like this. It's more like this. It was like, hey, baby. It's powder.
I know, but it still got in my face. Oh, my gosh.
That was the only line that ever worked in my life.
As you can see, it really did a number on me. So he helped me get started in voiceover, and he married me. So the crazy thing is it was just the story is so crazy because we didn't expect for it to be this whole training facility at all, or studio with engineer or anything. And so a friend of ours had a soundstage studio that he had just opened up, and he had some offices. And so we thought, yeah, we'll rent out like 100 square foot space, little office space. We'll set up a recording booth there, so then we can do stuff outside of our house, and then we can record our actor friends that are on-camera actors that just need a place to record a good voiceover audition with quality sound. And so that's how Atlanta Voiceover Studio just started. And then people started asking us, do you do demos? Do you do workshops? Do you do classes? And we're like, no, we don't. We didn't really think that we would ever. And we have a 100 square foot space. And it just, Brian Bremer, who started our intro to voiceover workshop, he actually kind of slid into our DMs and said, hey, I'm already doing this intro workshop. Would you want me to do it for you guys? And we're like, yeah, people have been asking. And
while people were asking, we're like, well, we can write up a curriculum for it because we have all the information. But when Brian DM'd us, it's like, oh, great, he's already got this. Yeah, it'll be great. And it's a good way to team up.
Yeah, and I really didn't necessarily want to like teach or anything like that, but it just kind of started. And then we both realized how cool it is to be able to give people things that we wish we had at the beginning of our careers, and things that really helped us, and problems that we ran into that we figured out how to get around. And so we wanted to give those resources to you and to everyone else. And so one of the things that we always say is that we are helpfully providing resources that you can create the career that you want. And that's why we exist. So now we're in a 3,200 square foot space, and we have a full-time engineer, a recording studio there, and we offer a ton of workshops and classes. It is hard running a business with your spouse, or partner, or whatever. It is so hard. And so we worked with a business coach, and she really helped us kind of give this foundation for the studio. And that really set the tone.
And we found out early on that our personalities are so different, which can work great for a marital relationship where opposites attract. But when you're running a business together, you really seem to butt heads. But thankfully, that business coach was also a counselor. So at the same time that we got business coaching, we got counseling coaching to help us communicate a little bit better. It wasn't perfect, and it's still not perfect, but we know better now how to handle each other and just be delicate with each other and frame questions where it's not going to be antagonistic or owning your own stuff, which we have to own a lot.
So there are several things at Atlanta Voiceover Studio that we kind of adhere to, and it's a foundation. First of all, our mission is to elevate, equip, and inspire. And all of those are very important. And we want to equip you, like I said before, to be able to create the career that you want in voiceover, to elevate the talent and the training here in Atlanta and even beyond. And then we want to inspire you because it's a hard industry and it can feel pretty lonely and discouraging at times. And we want to be that encouragement to you as well. And then we have values.
Stewardship, freedom, and grace. And the stewardship aspect of it, these values are for us and our students, and we communicate that as much as possible. Stewardship talks about us, whether we're stewarding our time and the students' time, whether we're stewarding finances, our own and the students. We want to make sure that everything that we bring to the table as far as classes and workshops go, that there's a lot of value for what you're having to pay for those classes. Freedom, it's having the freedom to, how would you say it?
Well, I look at it more as like it's the antithesis of fear, because I think a lot of times in business you can make decisions out of fear. Even like thinking about competition or thinking about like, oh no, if we don't do this, then what about this? And so it's just kind of a barometer for us to go, whoa, whoa, whoa. We make decisions out of freedom and not fear.
Yeah. And grace is the last one. I'm going to let you take this because you're so much better at explaining it than I am.
Well,
she really is the brains of the outfit. I just take out the trash.
It's not true at all.
It is true.
He does a lot more.
I pay a bill here and there.
Well, the other thing that our business coach really helped us with is she asked us to come up with the definitions of what we thought it was. And so this was really cool. So grace, we kind of defined as meeting people where they're at. And we do that, we try and adhere to that with instructors, with our employees here, with students, because everybody's going to come and walk through our door at a different place, a different perspective. And so we have to take that into account and just know that we got to meet people where they're at. And plus, that helps people get further along, one step further, because if you know where they're at, you can take them one step closer to the goal.
And the other part of that I don't think we ever thought would happen was when you meet people where they're at and they sense that you're doing that, whether consciously or subconsciously, they tend to trust you a little bit more. And that means the world to us, especially as we think of stewardship, because we've been taken advantage of in the past, whether with acting or voiceover classes or workshops in places. And we never want that to happen to anybody who comes through the doors at the Atlanta Voiceover Studio. So we take it as a big responsibility. So knowing that people trust us, we're going to do our darndest to make sure that they get everything that they can out of coming here.